If somebody, God forbid, passed away, would the race stop? He's very near the wall, isn't he? Oh no! Imagine doing that after all that. So today we're going to check out the Indy 500 final race highlights, and I'm going to learn a little bit more about what the frick it is. This was suggested to me by a couple of you guys, and as you know, I don't know how to drive. This is for a couple of reasons. I'm an extremely anxious driver. You better stop! And also, I grew up in Dublin, Ireland, and lived there, and now I'm also living in a place where you just have a lot of access to public transport. Is that what we're calling mom and dad now? If I grew up in the countryside or something, I probably know how to drive. If you've never seen me before in your life, I'm Diane. Sometimes I live in Ireland, sometimes I live in Spain. I'm from Ireland, and I do videos that you guys suggest to me, so suggest things in the comments. Nothing naughty now. Before getting into the video, do be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, an unfortunate thing will befall you, and that thing will be one of your headphone ears is gonna go. It's just gonna go. And then it's sometimes gonna come back intermittently, and you'll be all discombobulated. So like, share, comment, subscribe. Okay, let's get some fun facts about the Indy 500. Okay, it's called the Indianapolis 500, but everyone says Indy 500. That's good to know. Guessing it takes place at Indianapolis. The event is traditionally held over Memorial Day weekend. Okay, so it was on the 29th of May, I believe. The first Indy 500 took place in 1911. Oh my gosh, that's like, when were cars invented? That was a really long time ago. The distance of one lap is 2.5 miles. How many laps are there? It is the tradition of the winner to drink a pint of milk at the end of the race. Winners are given the Borg-Warner trophy that not only features their name, but also their likeness permanently etched onto its sterling silver base. That must be a very cluttered base by now, right? The longest Indy 500 race happened in 2004. Rain delays stopped the race 3 times, causing the longest broadcast with a record-breaking time of 8 hours and 22 minutes. Oh my gosh. You must watch the whole thing if you go to it, right? And they stop the race? How does that work? So if they stop it, do they all just have to stop where they are? The youngest winner of the Indy 500 was Troy Truman at age 22 in 1952. The oldest winner was 47. That's cool. 10 women have started the Indianapolis 500. That's great. I'm really glad to hear that. You do tend to think of male drivers. I'm really glad to hear women are allowed to be in it. Okay, let's check out the 2022 race highlights. Wow, those cars are amazing.
It always will be the greatest spectacle in racing. This is the Indianapolis 500.
Oh my gosh. Okay, they look like they're going really slowly, don't they?
Scott,
obviously they're not.
Man will lead them into turn 1.
They're spread wide, but they are stacked deep. Cars going 2 and 3 wide. I saw Will Power in that multicolored car making moves.
They're beautiful cars.
2 by 2 through turn 2. The Arrow McLaren teammates side by side. Everyone files through.
I love that bit when they go around the corner and they go zoom, zoom, zoom. I used to have, well, I didn't have. We had a Scalextric set up in the attic, and it reminds me a little bit of the, well, obviously it was from this, I guess. But the cars would always come off the track. It was like a living nightmare. You spent your whole day just building the track.
Goes down to the inside of Scott Dixon in turn 3.
The blue and white NTT Data Honda, the man who finished runner-up last year.
What color would my car be? Turquoise? Maybe? Yellow?
Spectacular young Dutch driver, Renus VK, crashes out of this 106.
Okay, so it's international.
In the middle of turn 2. Wow, fireball as the gearbox explodes, dumps probably all the oil out.
Do people get very hurt?
Ganassi Racing Honda's up front, but there's a bunch of Chevys 4 wide.
If somebody, God forbid, passed away, would the race stop?
Tony Kanaan up the inside. Look at all his position change. That was an incredible run. I think Santino Ferrucci comes out okay in that deal.
Lap 68, Chiba.
A lap down, but pit stops happening.
I'm guessing the cars are like...
Oh, Callum Ilott.
They all have cages in them and everything to protect people when they crash.
Two.
Oh, and take a look, there's going to be a yellow light. You see it come on right before he gets to this line. That's the pit commit.
What does that mean?
He was so close to getting away with that. This is very much going to change the structure of his race.
What does that mean? A yellow light.
To racing, watch the white and blue American Legion car, 5th in.
77 of 200.
Here goes Kanan. Look at this into turn 1.
Inside, clear.
It's funny, I remember I used to
Go now.
run races and you're trying to take the inside of the corner,
Award into turn 1, and now he's
but it's also more dangerous.
Dixon trying to get that lead back.
He says Scott Dixon.
Dixon and his race team.
Here we
Let's
go. Inside Connor Daly.
Outside, clear.
And you can hear the roar from the crowd. They love Connor Daly.
He's very near the wall, isn't he?
3 wide in front. Wait, what?
Do they not generally go one behind the other?
Castroneva is doing a great job exercising patience and protecting his race car.
If they go on the grass, are they disqualified?
John crashes out of the Indianapolis 500.
Oh.
The rear end just steps out in traffic, and that is a massive left side hit as you see suspension arms, steering arms, big pieces of
We
debris.
lost a life.
Pato Award. Santino Ferrucci.
Do they take each other out? Do they try and, or is that bad sportsmanship?
Side of Scott Dixon, is it going to work?
Wow, brave move from Ferrucci. Are you kidding me?
113. I'd be so tired. All the focus.
Again.
This back and forth, this tag, this is Rosenquist. Rosenquist thought about it on Ferrucci. No chance. But look
They're kind of going in that white line.
forward.
That's obviously allowed because they're going over the line.
More of a gap than what Rosenquist had. This is what happened to the driver of the yellow submarine.
Oh no! Imagine doing that after all that. Can he keep driving if
Been
Turn 3 down.
his car is still roadworthy? Which it's obviously not. But could he, theoretically?
43 to go in the Indy 500.
It's the Hunger Games at Indy as everybody wants to take advantage of this restart. 4 to 5 wide mid-pack.
Restart. So that must be what they were talking about. They restart.
They go into turn 1 side by side.
What happens if you need to go to the loo?
Right there as they're mixing it up in the back, exactly why Scott
You wear a nappy.
the pole, the speed out of that blue and orange PNC bank car, drove right by the McLaren of Pato Award.
If it's that long.
Point into turn 1 as they're 3
Whoa!
wide.
Sage Karam on the grass.
That's Alexander Rossi going 3 wide into turn 3.
There, he just turned down on it.
Award stays out. Connor Daly looks to be.
Why is he going in that other lane?
Locks up. Is that going to be a pit speed violation?
That's the first hit
Violation.
seen from Scott Dixon today.
Scott Dixon got caught.
Yeah, because they have to pull in and get their petrol and everything, don't they?
A drive-through
Oh my
penalty.
Get new wheels and stuff.
Unbelievable.
First of all, it was Alex Palou entering the pits. And Scott Dixon says, come on, are you...
Ooh, so close.
Felix Rosenquist to the front of the field at the Indy 500. Dixon.
I get why this is thrilling, but also I'd be really scared I'd see somebody
Before Townsend.
have a major accident, which I wouldn't enjoy.
Group that you see on the pylon.
Here we
but this
go.
is the lead group.
It's so funny how they look like they're going slow.
Flying.
Oh, crash! Jimmy Johnson in the
Whoa!
wall.
Look at his wheel.
Change everything.
Oh my gosh.
In the hands of race control, red flag.
Red flag. What does that mean? What happened? What happened? What happened that he got the red flag?
At the Indianapolis 500. Here we go. Who's going to...
3 laps to go. Oh, it would get very spicy then.
Dixon.
Phenomenal.
That's a camera person in the white car on the right, I think.
Break the track. Now Pato Award.
Rosenquist and Award.
Do they ram each other though? They don't look like they are.
Kanan to the high side on the dirty track. Kanan hangs on.
2 laps. Final lap.
And Award is on the attack.
Oh my gosh. Attack. He said attack. So they must be allowed.
Let it happen.
No?
Phenomenal driving from both men.
Yellow's out.
It'll finish under caution. It's Sage.
Oh, he's on the grass. Did he go over the line?
Did it, buddy. You just won the Indy 500.
Marcus Ericsson wins the Indianapolis 500.
Oh, look at that very beautiful girl. Good for you. Oh, look, there's the trophy with all the faces. Oh my gosh. I totally get why that is so exciting. I could totally get on board with that. I could see myself watching that even though I know nothing about driving, let alone racing. I'd like to know some more of the rules if you want to fill me in the comments below. I can imagine people do pass away doing the races, but I hope it doesn't happen very often. I think it would ruin watching it for me if I witnessed something like that, for sure. Do be sure to go check out my patreon.com/Diane Jennings and shout out today to a couple of very special people. First up, we have Brian Ediger, who wants to shout out pilots and flight attendants. He says, having just flown to Turkey, he greatly appreciates their work and the time they ended up spending away from family and friends. Without them, fast travel around the globe would not be possible. That is so true, Brian. Thank you so much. Next up, we have the lovely Kimber, who says she wants to shout out truck drivers. They are very hard workers who keep America going. It's so true, Kimber. You really don't realize until there's an issue with the system how invaluable people who drive trucks are. Thank you so much. That's it for today. See you guys on the other side. Bye. Sorry, Pat. Every time I clap, I scare the dog. Oh no, have I had that bump there this entire... I think I've had this bump. Why didn't you tell me? Huh? Come on, I was only teasing. It's okay, Cuddle. Cuddle, cuddle. Cuddle, cuddle. It's okay. I think he thought I was giving him a joke for